Hello, D. Hello, D. $15th. Get out of here. Get out of here, you. How's it going? Pretty stoned. The weed man came today, and I smoked a couple joints, and I'm pretty high. I usually am like this high right around when I end these, so it'll be a unique experiment to see how one of these works out when I start this high. No, I feel good. I'm nice and relaxed and stuff.
And so they wish they had weed trucks in America. Basically did.
It was a weed car, but they brought me weed. About to pop a gummy here in a sec. Word. Buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
That is true. They need to have like music like an ice cream truck does.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. But just play like Cypress Hill out of it or some shit. Hello, my name is Dr. Green Thumb. I'd like to tell you just where I'm from. Everybody would come out. Oh, man. My back is fucked, y'all.
Yeah, I forgot Mortal Kombat is coming out. Or is out.
Oh, that's right. We could watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What?
Want your bowl? Go get it.
What? You want to come on my lap?
Come on, you're a big boy.
Come on, come around here.
He wants to give you biceps. Pick them up once a day, you'll have biceps in no time. Is that it? No?
The buddy. He come, he go. He fast, he slow. He stop, he go. He is Dino. So this is a speed bump, dude. I smoked a bunch of indica. And so it's got me real, like, relaxy feeling. Real relaxy.
I know, they just went from seeing you all salty.
I know. Well, I blew off the salt, you know what I mean? Dude, if I stayed at that level of salt all day, I would have stroked out like fucking 15, 20 years ago, guys. Easy on salt comes in bursts. The weed helps.
Got a little booger, actually.
I got a booger?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Son of a... It's actually just a hair. Gross. Did I get it?
Yep.
See, it was just a fucking hair.
It just...
With maybe like a little booger on it. Becoming an old man is gross. I don't like those nose hair trimmers, dude. They hurt.
When I feel you, it's like I tried getting like my eyebrows waxed, and I'm sure it's a very similar feeling.
You don't need it though. Your eyebrows are beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I just mean like it's probably a very similar pain to like where I couldn't.
I would never wax
it.
my fucking eyebrows. I don't fucking blame you, baby.
I haven't tried waxing the inside of my nose, but I imagine it's pretty similar.
Man, I don't fucking want to do that. I mean, sometimes I do just pull it out. Like when I catch that sometimes, like I'll catch a gangly hair or two hanging out of one nostril or the other one, like real obtuse ones. And I'll be like, pull it out. I'd rather just maintain as I go, you know what I mean? Than go totally ham because like I already have really bad allergies. And nose hair is actually really functional at catching some of the pollen and allergens and shit that would normally end up in your fucking larynx and lungs and at the back of your throat and shit. So it's actually like a functional part of your body that you probably shouldn't like wax like a pussy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think pussy hair in this day and age. Now, back in the day, I think having a bush was like, evolutionarily speaking, it helped protect your bits.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit from the sun and from exposure and then
like
from
because you think people didn't bathe that much. So
right.
It helped it from being too swampy.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it just, like, absorbed the sweat and it kept it at a fucking good pH or whatever. But, like, nowadays, because we live very differently, you can go ahead and shave your bush. You know, whatever kind of bush you're talking about, if you want to.
Undies exist.
Because underwears and, like, modern clothes that don't chafe and all that shit. You can groom how you want down there, but, like, up here? I mean, like, down from here down, I agree. But, like, all this? Like, okay, look. I understand that there's, like, a standard of beauty when it comes to eyebrows. I will tell you this shit. I've never understood it. I was introduced to the idea that women plucked their eyebrows in a very strange way. And I do not mean this to come off as racist or whatever. I went to a fucking mostly Hispanic school. Mm-hmm. And when I was a freshman, I met my first chola. And back in my day, they would shave their eyebrows off and then draw them on pretty, like, very straight and in pretty designs and stuff with, like, a Sharpie marker looking kind of mascara pen. That was the look. And I was like, I'd never met somebody with that extreme of a chola. Or at least I'd never noticed it, you know what I mean? And so I became aware that there was this, like, crazy, and whatever, like, you do what you want. I'm not trying to fucking say that it was bad or whatever. It was just my first time seeing that women went to extremes sometimes to shape a part of them that I always thought looked pretty as it was. Always. Like, I don't know how to put this, dude. Like, there are women that have eyebrows. Like, I'm trying to think of a great example of this. The first girl I ever, like, well, the girl I dated in high school, okay? She had, like, she did not have, like, real thin eyebrows, and she didn't do a lot of the plucking and shaping that the other girls did on their eyebrows. She had, like, pretty, like, prominent eyebrows. And I thought that they made her look so pretty. And so I've never understood the whole fucking fussing over the eyebrow thing. There must be some kind of sexual drive towards that. You know what I mean? But I don't know, dude. I mean, okay, here's where I can understand it. If you've got like, if you're a chick and you've got a super prominent unibrow or some shit, or you've got like extra like, you know what I mean? Like extra super duper eyebrow or whatever. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to like make yourself look good. I'm just saying the extremes. It's like, holy fuck. Yeah, my eyebrows are like the same color my hair was when I was a little boy. It's crazy. I was like platinum blonde when I was a little boy. And so my eyebrows and eyelashes stayed that color my whole life. While everything else went, like when I was younger, it was like strawberry blonde. And then it went like basically to where it is now, like kind of blondish brown. Definitely not something you would call like heavy blonde. Although my hair's weird, dude. You put it, I can't really, well, let me see if I can do it for you guys. I'm sitting in the shade. I want to show you guys a trick that Paul's ego can do. All right. Oh, God damn it. All right. No harm, no foul. We're good. I'm going to go stand in the direct sunlight, and I want you to watch what happens to my hair. Strange, right? I've got a weird head of hair. Bunch of blonde highlights, probably. I don't know what it is, dude. It's very strange. But my hair used to always be kind of that color or even lighter. I was almost platinum blonde when I was a little boy, like this level of hair. So, weird. Has something to do with the blue-eyed gene, I'm sure. I don't know if that's necessarily directly connected, but I think that the same gene group or whatever the fuck that led to this also led to whatever selected this. I don't fucking know, dude. My hair is actually really strange, dude. It's really weird. My head hair is one kind of hair completely, and then there's this like terminus, and a lot of dudes like they'll notice like a consistency different in their beard, but my beard is a literally different hair. Like it's not even the same color or kind of hair that comes out of my head. And it all comes to this weird fucking terminus at my temple, where it's like half that and half this. What is that? It's like morphing itself. And I got Farrah Fawcett pubes, yeah. Silky pubes too. Not, you know, not to give too much information or whatever, but shaving is not that big a deal for me. My pubes are silky as fuck. Like, I don't really have to worry about it. Monke Stan cope, whatever, bro. You know who's usually coping the hardest? The person that comes in screaming cope, bro. Go hide in your dirty fucking plastic-filled dying lizard ocean, bro. I'm here at the center of the earth where it's a fucking paradise with Monke. Keep talking about how you won, though. Can I have a pass? slithers off into the disgusting, polluted sewer of an ocean that we've left. Then Kong, he doesn't stay there, obviously. He jumps back down to paradise and fucking sits on his throne. But somehow fucking Godzilla won that. Godzilla's the winner of Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, did you hear? Cope, copity cope, copity copity cope, a copity cope. Cope, copity cope, copity copity cope, a copity cope, a copity cope. Paradise being a literal fiery hell. That's not the movie I watched. I watched a movie that was like a primeval, fucking untouched, unspoiled fucking wilderness filled to the brim with fucking life and diversity and fucking bountiful cleanliness and beautiful streams and mountains and shit. Like, not anymore, it isn't, huh, Pogue? I bet you it isn't anymore, is it, Pogue? I wonder if, who is it? King Kong? You think he's just letting the fucking snake lizards run roughshod over his territory, or you think he took care of that shit? Not anymore, huh? Overrun with big giant lizard thing. Wait. Was before Kong got there, though. He sorted that out, guaranteed. What do you think? Like I said, they're still running the fucking show over there in Kong Kingdom. What is a king to a god? Yeah, dude, I don't know. I guess that question becomes a little iffy if a god slithers away into a fucking disgusting, polluted, life-devoid ocean filled with microplastics and human waste, and a king gets to go to a literal primeval utopia. What is a king to a god in that situation? Better, among other things. Something that actually provably exists. Like, whoops-a-daisy. No, he wasn't forced off Skull Island. He was actually trapped in a fucking dome on Skull Island to try and keep him contained, that he destroyed every fucking day and was bound to escape from. If you watch the actual movie, they talk about how they're barely able to contain Kong, and any day he's going to bust through the outer wall or blah, 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 blah. And then they take him out because they take him out of his dome because Godzilla's going to come and fucking break the dome anyway. So, like, get it right, dumbass. I actually watched the movie, bitch. Dude, have you guys ever known somebody whose heart legitimately stopped from medical trauma? I know this sounds really fucking like, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody who's had somebody that passed, but literally known somebody that has survived having their heart like stop from some kind of physical or medical trauma and then survive to tell the tale. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you know somebody like that? I'll put mine. I'll put mine. Come on, guys, help me out here. Of course, yeah, of course, right? I'm talking about you've known somebody who went into functional cardiac arrest at some point and came back out of it and survived it. I know somebody who did that multiple times. Okay, everybody that put a 1 in the chat, did the person come straight out the hospital right after their heart get restarted and beat a giant fucking Mecha Godzilla to death? Or did they take like fucking 6 weeks to convalesce and shit and go to rehab and all that? Just wondering. Just wondering how that worked out. But Kong was out though, right? Kong was dead. He just needed a little pick-me-up. He was fine. It says it right in the movie. His heart's beating. They just needed to charge him up a little bit. He was taking a little monkey snooze, man. He was tired. Think about it. He was unfairly gassed out in the movie before he even entered the fucking fight. Tell me I'm wrong. Godzilla, fresh from their first encounter, which was heavily weighted against Kong, by the way. Kong literally starts that encounter in the middle of the ocean, chained to an aircraft carrier. So anybody that wants to tell me that was a fucking fair fight. In fact, you want to ask me, fucking Kong won that fight too because he survived the assassination attempt and was able to get away with a few people. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. I guess that's, the difference between, somebody that'll punch you in the face after telling you, like, hey, let's fight, and somebody that sucker punches you. You know what I mean? Like, either you care about that or you don't. Whatever that means to you.
You know what else, though?
What?
Right before the city fight, he literally got gravity warped. Like, he went through the whole center of the earth, and he had his gravity all flip-flopped.
Twice.
Yeah.
He fell into the earth,
yeah.
fought a giant lizard demon,
yeah.
then went into the temple, fought a bunch of other ones,
yeah.
and then went back through the gravity warp, and that's how he started the fight.
Godzilla's just fresh from the ocean.
Godzilla just comes up out the ocean, is like, I'm ready to fight, bitch. And Kong is like fucking already wounded from the first bitch-made attempt, by the way. We didn't even mention that. When Godzilla decides that he's going to slither up like a little punk snake in the grass and take out Kong while he's chained up, he does damage to Kong. Damage that Kong suffers from the whole movie. You can see it on him. He's got a big gash on his chest and shit. Gashes on his arm, gash on his leg. Where do you think that shit came from? A sucker punch from a punk bitch. But yeah, that was a fair fight, though. And Godzilla came out on top at the end, too, huh? Bullshit. Kong straight up gave Godzilla a pass. Godzilla is lucky he let him leave, because Godzilla was gassed the fuck out, and you know it. And Kong, look at where he's standing in the movie. I don't know. You have to take my word for it. Look at him. Does he look gassed to you? Or does he look like he's ready to beat that lizard's fucking head in with that axe? But Godzilla won, though. Godzilla won, though. In some fucking people's fucking twisted-ass logic universe, Godzilla won the fight by slinking away like a bitch into a shitty ocean while King Kong went to reign over a fucking primeval paradise after giving him a pass to go, you know what, dude? You can go. Godzilla's like, thanks, bro. Limps back into the ocean, fucking belly crawls back in to lick his fucking wounds. Godzilla did King Kong look gassed at the end of that movie? Standing there like a fucking prize fighter with that axe, like. But somehow fucking Zilla won it. Yeah, dude, the Virgin Zilla versus the Chad Kong, but somehow Zilla won that fucking movie and that fucking fight. Whatever, bro. Gorilla looked beat. Gorilla looked 100% gassed. Just got the fuck beat out of him. And Kong looked like he was ready to go round 12. He probably did. After the movie ends, he probably went down the hole and started beating one by one those snake fucking monsters we talked about. Because he ain't having them fucking roaming around the land terrorizing shit. Kong still had a bunch of fights in him, guaranteed at the end of that. Lizard went back to the deep ocean to, like, lick his little nuclear wounds. Kong went straight back to work. Went straight back to the center of the earth, and he was like, well, took care of one lizard. Now I got like 150,000 to go to clean my kingdom up. Let's get it done. Yeah, see? Once again, the cope rule proves true. The people coping hardest are the first one to call cope. It's like Godwin's Law, but updated. I'm coping, though. I'm the one coping. Zilla won! You can get a pass and still win, you pussies. Just admit the truth. All you gotta do is admit the fucking truth.
That's it. Kong had to be resuscitated. That just came out of nowhere, right? Or did Kong get resuscitated because he built relationships over the movie with the right type of people and had the right type of people in his corner to make sure that he beat the fuck out of whoever was in front of him? I guess you could see it my way too, huh? I guess that makes a little more sense than people teleported out of nowhere and brought Kong back to life, huh? Because I guess Kong probably could have just said, fuck these people, and blown them up or squished them a long time ago, but he kept them around, huh? I guess the lizard could have done the same thing, but he didn't. He didn't bring anybody, huh? Man, that sounds like a pretty bad fucking way to walk into a fight that you know could get ugly and fucking underhanded, you know? No backup? All right. I guess you and I think about fights different, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't a sanctioned boxing match. This was a street fight. He made the right relationships, brought the right people along, that when he gassed out in the second round, they were able to fucking give him what he needed to get back up. And lucky for Godzilla, he did, because, hey, let me ask all the Godzilla simps in the chat. Let's say Kong was dead. Let's say they tried to restart his heart, but they couldn't, and you're right, Godzilla beat the fuck out of him to the point of no return. Where's Godzilla at the end of the movie? I'll wait. Because it seemed to me that Kong caught the fucking tail or whatever it was right before it was about to impale Godzilla right through his head. So I'm pretty sure that Godzilla's dead if Kong is totally dead. So nobody won? But he didn't, though. He slithered away and slunk away to lick his wounds after getting a pass from the king. You can go. It's okay. You know what, dude? Point proven. You can go back to Shithole Island. You can have Skull Island, bro. It's all yours now. It's a shithole. I'm going to fucking paradise. I'll be back, though, whenever I want, because I got fucking at least 2 elevators. And they even say it in the movie. They're like, Godzilla cannot abide 2 alpha titans at once. He will keep coming for Kong. He will never stop until one of them is dead. That's a literal fucking quote straight from the movie. But at the end, people want to say like, oh, they were friends. Nope. No, they weren't.
It was a tactical decision.
Godzilla looked at Kong with lizard brain intent like, I know I will die. May I slink away on my belly to my human shit-filled wasteland? And Kong was like, you can go. You've learned your lesson.
I thought of a terrible joke.
What?
Godzilla bitched out just like Japan did.
I mean, it's kind of true. Because Kong does drop the bombs on him and then, like, he waves the white flag pretty quick. I mean, I didn't say it. I gotta go get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm parched.
You want your cup?
Oh, yeah, that might help. I'm also very stuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you forgot you had that pizza too, huh?
I realize what an idiot I am because now I have cold pizza made today and cold pizza from yesterday. So I was like, I may as well eat the older cold pizza.
Yeah.
So here I am. You guys are going to have to watch me eat the rest of this slice of delicious cold pizza. No true stoner would deny themselves the pleasure of cold pizza the next day. No, I had oatmeal for breakfast. This is my lunch. No, this is a pepperoni and jalapeno. I've eaten almost all the jalapenos, but you can see pepperoni, jalapeno. That's my go-to pizza order or whatever. Not to force the subject change, like if the lizard simps want to keep arguing, I'm down to keep going. But I'm a very like habit driven creature. Like I'm not like unadventurous in that like I'll never try anything, but day to day, week to week, I kind of prefer things to be predictable and like a known quantity. And it goes all the way down to like food. You know what I mean? The only thing I really don't like put that expectation on is people and pets. You know what I mean? You can't, but like with other objects and creature comforts and details of my life and food and sleep and all that shit, like I want that shit to be like something I know that I go back to that's easy to fucking recognize. And so I get very much in these, it's not like I eat the same thing every night, but it's like when I order pizza, if I get input or I'm ordering just a pizza for myself to eat, I'm always going to get this. Always. I mean, every once in a fucking blue moon, I might be in the mood for something else. But, like, very rarely do I venture anywhere far from this.
Well, I'm glad you're a creature of habit, because I'm the same with cooking. I don't make a million different dishes, but you do like what I do make.
Mm-hmm. True that. Like a little puzzle piece. Yeah. I think a lot of that comes from the fact that my mom is kind of the same as a cook in theory as Amelia is. Now my mom has gotten more because she, you know, it's like a pastime for her that she enjoys.
She's also 40 years older than me.
Right. Actually, when my mom was your age, she had to learn how to cook.
Oh yeah.
My mom went into the army with my dad when she was 16.
Yeah.
She came out in her 20s and realized that the little bit here and there that she'd picked up from her mom wasn't cutting it. And had to go to her mom and learn how to make a pot of beans, how to make this, how to make that, right? So at your age or roundabouts, my mom was just starting to learn how to cook.
Yeah.
And she's got 40 plus years on you.
Yeah.
So it's like, do the math, you know what I mean? Amelia is a really naturally talented cook. She fusses so much over her food. Every time Amelia serves me something, there's something wrong with it. She'll go like, oh, I hope I didn't cook it too long. And I'm like, baby, from smell alone, I know you didn't cook it too long. Just give me a fork. But, you know, you've done the same thing too. You like added to your repertoire here and there. Like you're not super out there looking for, but every once in a while something new shows up in our life and it's like, oh cool, it's a new staple for a while. Like you never made grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
And now that's like a thing we do every once in a while with the little soups.
Yeah.
Delicious and simple and awesome. Never really made chili before either, huh?
Oh.
Or did you?
No, that was a chili recipe I had for a while.
So that's good.
Yeah. But it was just an online recipe. Like, I think I'm just one of those people that, like, if I have the recipe, I can just make it.
See, people do that all the time. They go like, it's just an online recipe. Online recipes are often the same thing that you'll find in like the Julia Child's cookbook or whatever. It's the same shit. It's the same ingredients. It's like you could give those same ingredients prepared the same exact way in the same proportions to 10 different people. And if you're in there, you're going to be at the top because you're going to be able to come up with something on the fly that beats pretty much everybody else. Because they're going to be thrown for a loop and you're going to know what you're doing. Haven't seen Paul live in about 5 years since he was on DP. Went to grad school and now Paul looks like he's Gimli. What's up, Paul? Here's $5. Yeah, I went to Middle Earth, bro. I got too heavy over there in Earth, so I went to Middle Earth and now I sit around and I smoke Hobbit pipe weed and I fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, look, dude, I'm going to stop the kayfabe about where I'm at. I'm like a mile and a half outside of Hobbiton. Like, you guys remember in the book or whatever, the fucking whatever it is, the Dancing Dragon or whatever it is. That place got torn down long ago, by the way. It's been growing over here. But, like, whatever. The fucking pub, I'm like a mile and a half from that place on an old farm, okay? Like, I stopped a long fucking time ago, and I'm really sorry because I kind of feel like an agent that has interfered with your elections in a way because we don't do things the same way in the Shire, you know what I mean? Like, and I really have no stake in your world anymore, you feel me? So, you know. But I try to remain close to all of you by remaining interested, you know. But I've been in fucking Middle Earth since, like, November. I mean, come on. Is it not obvious?
Yeah, Chelsea, I'd probably say that meatloaf and mashed potatoes is my favorite.
Meatloaf and mashed potatoes, a beautiful fucking staple.
Yeah. We'll see how that Impossible meatloaf goes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cool fucking like test because I've really liked the Impossible shit that you've done so far. Like, we've had a couple of like meatless weeks, just on the back of like trying out some different meatless options and shit. But mashed potatoes, here's what happened, Chelsea. You've had my mashed potatoes. Do you love them? I think you do. I think you've told me before that you really like my mashed potatoes. You think I make a dope pot of mashed potatoes. So here's what happened. If you remember, Amelia and I got together not super long before Thanksgiving. Like, we were together for...
Like, probably a couple months.
Right, a couple months. Yeah. And we were going over to her uncle's house for Thanksgiving. This was pre-pandemic shit, but whatever. And I started making my mashed potato recipe. I was doing it up, and Amelia just watched and asked me some questions while I went and shit. And now she makes better mashed potatoes than I make. She took my recipe and just like made it a little smidge better to the point where it's really, there's no point for me. Like, I can still do it. I can still make a killer pot of mashed potatoes, but like, you might want to put me on something else now.
Well, I think honestly it was just me changing the kind of potato. I use those little red potatoes instead of the big russet potatoes.
Right. I mean, that's like, I don't think that's what it is. I think that you just have better proportions than me, and you have a better fucking like method than me, because I've done mash with red russet potatoes before. I don't always use fucking Idahos. My mom always used Idahos, but I've done different kinds. Mm-hmm. I do them all pretty much the same functional way. Skins on or off, skins peeled is the way I do mash. I don't like mashed potatoes with big old gangly hunks of dirty old potato skin in it. It's like, no thank you. A little flecks of that is fine. Like, I'm not like,
you're not like one
every fleck must go, but like, you know what I mean? Most of the potato skin's got to come out of that shit. What's the best thing your mom makes? I mean, it's so hard for me to say. She makes a couple of things that are like standout fucking amazing. And some of them are considered to be like side dishes, but when she makes them, they become the main course for me. So there's two of them that like are traditionally like side dishes. Like three of them. And one of them that's like a main course dish that I would mention if I was trying to pin down my mom's greatest, the thing I love the most that my mom makes. Oh my God. Okay, one more. So here we go. Side dishes. Rice pilaf. My mom makes rice pilaf in a slow cooker that is the most delicious shit you've ever eaten in your whole fucking life. I don't know what the secret is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Number 2, broccoli rice casserole. This is my favorite fucking thing at Thanksgiving when I'm able to be at Thanksgiving with my mom. And always has been. It's like my favorite dish at Thanksgiving. I will take that and mashed potatoes, which are another one. My mashed potato recipe is basically my mom's with a twist here and there, just like a little change here and there. But she does mashed potatoes very... Oh, dude, all right. Well, you added another one, Chelsea. My mom makes this jalapeno beer dip that you can't stop eating. You put a bag of Fritos next to it and like 3 people, and they will literally eat a pile of it in like 10 minutes. Chelsea knows. People are like hyenas over that shit when we were over there. You remember that? Because Scotty got a taste, TJ got a taste. I knew what I was getting into. Ashley had it before. My mom was digging in there. There were a whole gaggle of fucking people over there. And we were like hyenas circling a corpse. It was like, is it my turn to take a scoop yet? I mean, come on.
Your mom just needs to make it like 8 feet long so everyone can get some.
The thing is that shit is so fucking like, have her explain, because I can't even do it. Have her explain to you sometime what goes into that. Because you'd think it's just like cheese and some other thing. She makes it in a smaller batch. And when I say smaller batch, it's still probably like 80,000 calories. But when there's a big bunch of people over, it fucking just goes. She puts 2 big bags of Fritos next to it, and people just get plates and scoop it onto their plates and eat it with Fritos and keep coming back, and or just like mingle around it and eat as they go. I usually just graze. Like, I come and go. I'll go out and have a cigarette or go out and smoke a little weed or something and then come back in and like eyeball it like a vulture, and I'll like swoop in and like use my big boisterous personality to like make some room. I'll be like, oh, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, and I get like 5 or 6 good scoops, and then I just go about my way, and that's my cycle. Everybody's got their own fucking technique. You got to know. Do my mom's salsa? Okay, so here's the thing. This is actually kind of sad. My mom, back in the day, used to keep a beautiful, and I'm talking fucking idyllically beautiful salsa garden on her property. She grew everything you need to make delicious home done salsa start to finish. She grew onions, scallions, garlic. Everything was out of her garden. Tomatoes, jalapenos, habaneros. She had everything. She had a lemon tree. She'd go down to the farmer's market and get limes. And she would make this fucking salsa. It was fucking unbeatable, dude. And it got to the point where, you know what I mean, like the upkeep on it got to be a little too much for her, because like keeping a garden like that is crazy, especially when you're like making salsa for all your relatives and shit. It just gets to the point where you gotta like call it. So she still can make it, and she can still get fresh ingredients, but I gotta tell you guys the truth. Like it's just, it's better when it's like she grew it. Main course is gonna be there's 2, man. There's 2 that I figure are on like equal standing with me, and they're both different kinds of meals, man. I guess they have similar influences in some way. Okay, so one of them's a pot of chili beans. My mom, and if you don't know what chili beans are, I mean, I'm not gonna fucking tell you. It's not necessarily chili as you think of it. Chili beans are a different thing, right? So chili beans. If you've never had it, it is like chili. It's spicy, sometimes made with a ham hock in it that just boils off to nothing. All that flavor cooks into it. It's got a bunch of spices and meat of some kind, usually like sausage or ground beef or cubed steak or whatever the fuck she puts in it. She does different meats at different times depending on what she can get. And every time, like, she just has it down. Her chili is fucking boss status, right? And enchiladas. And my mom makes a very non-traditional enchilada. Like, people that have her enchiladas for the first time, when I tell them like, hey, you got to try my mom's enchiladas, I think people are like, all right, you know, they don't understand. They're not really getting an enchilada. They're getting like an oki. She calls them okiladas because she understands that they're not really traditional Mexican enchiladas in the traditional sense at all. So I don't even know really. They're just like a great fucking spicy, cheesy fucking casserole that you just, it's you know, like a fucking enchilada, but just stuffed, you know, American style, just full of filling. You know, extra dodextra cheese inside and melted on top and baked all crispy around the edges and shit. It's just the best shit, dude. It's the best shit. Trust me. Ask Chelsea about it. My mom made Chelsea because she heard Chelsea was a vegan, which Chelsea was at the time. I don't know if she is now again. I'm sorry, Chelsea. I haven't kept up. I can't remember if you stopped being a vegan or if you are no longer or whatever the fuck. But anyway, Chelsea was a vegan at the time she visited. My mom caught wind of this and made a whole pan of enchiladas just for Chelsea. Like vegan enchiladas with all the fixins and shit. You know what I mean? So it was crazy dope. Yeah, dude, my mom's cooking is like a blessing, dude. It really is. Sorry, Chelsea. I didn't mean to, you know what I mean? I'm a stoner. Forgive me. I didn't remember. So anyway, yeah, but I just remember my mom made a special pan for you. And I remember you saying, like, these are the best fucking enchiladas ever, blah, blah, blah. And I remember trying them after you said that because I wasn't gonna. And, like, they were fucking great. I was like, damn, I'm gonna scoop some of these chelsaladas. I'm about to scoop a chelsalada. No, dude, my mom, she's a great person. She's a fucking talented cook and a really great entertainer. Just a great person to be around. Very bubbly personality and has a lot of really great traits. And I really love introducing people to my mom for the first time. I loved introducing Amelia to my mom for the first time because my mom is so nice. She's so empathetic. Like, my mom is a super duper over empath, even worse than me. Like, and so because, you know, of course you're like nervous the first time you meet like a dude you're dating's parents or whatever. Like, you know, Amelia was probably a little nervous, and my mom was like the sweetest person to her. Like, understood immediately that, you know, how, and she was just so nice to Amelia and won her over immediately. And they were texting by the time she left, and they've never stopped texting. So they're texting all the goddamn time now. And I mean, it's just, she's that kind of person. It can be a little overwhelming. I'll be honest with you. I'm not trying to criticize my mom, but my mom can be a little fucking overwhelming, like me. Thanks, Naughty Priest. How you doing? Thank you as usual for your very kind contribution, sir. You're always loved and always appreciated in the community. I know that. I know you give very openly to a lot of fucking creators, and I know that they all very much appreciate it, so thank you. Your mom and her hubby are amazingly sweet people. Yeah, they're very good folk. Very good folks, very open and loving and genuine, you know what I mean? And with all the faults that comes with, you know. But very just honest people and very good people. But, you know, mom can be a little overbearing. She and I, we clash because we're too much alike. Oh, you deleted the message? Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, no. I don't know what the fuck happened. Well, it's okay. I read it already, and I don't think it deletes his contribution. I'm sure he forgives you. It's all good. Don't kick yourself, Marsh. By the way, I don't know if it's going to become like a semi-regular thing or whatever, but I actually chilled for a good, like, probably hour and smoked and just kind of, like, lurked a little bit and participated a little bit in Marshall's chat. He did, like, a stream today, and it was pretty dope. Like, he talked a lot about his musical influences and that type of shit, and it was really, like, I don't sit, like, I'm a streamer, so it's pretty rare for me to sit and watch other people stream. Like, no fucking disrespect to other people that do it, but you know what I mean? Like, I went to check it out and give Marshall some love or whatever, to be honest with you, but I actually got sucked in because he's pretty dope at running a stream. So if you haven't subscribed to Marshall, and maybe he'll tell us a little bit more about whether he plans on doing those every once in a while. I mean, go do it.
You don't need this joint, do you?
Let me see. Is it? Yeah, I'll keep it over here. It's fine. Okay. There's a hitter 3 left on that. You know, it was actually a really chill, interesting music themed stream. Had a really good positive vibe in it. Marshall was really fucking cool to listen to. Had his face all bandaged up, unfortunately, because you guys know he cut his whole fucking face off. Crazy motherfucker. But whatever, he seemed in good spirits despite all that. There was some blood kind of coming through his bandages and shit. But no, Marshall's actually a fucking good streaming personality. So go check him out. You know what I mean? The next time, you know, maybe put the alert bell on for him and watch Marshall. That was a lot of fun. I actually had a good time chilling in Marshall's stream today. I usually, like, I wouldn't blow smoke up your ass about that shit. I usually don't. Like, when I visit live streams, I'm usually there for like 5 minutes tops to say hi to a friend or something. And it's nothing against those people. It's just like, I stream all fucking day and night. You know what I mean? So I got a limited amount of time I want to be on the other end of that. Cool quad. A couple of my neighbors have different ATVs that they drive around here. That was a nice little quad. Bzz. Get out of here, fly. Shoe fly, don't bother me. This fucking sun, man. Go ahead and go down. Oh, I'm gonna take my fucking sweater off, too.
That might help.
Yeah, dude, I'm still sitting here like it's fucking the morning time and it's cold, and it really isn't.
Show up your shirt, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I probably have a big pits thing.
You're fine.
All right.
You got no pits
No, we're good. I got to it before I got super sweaty, but I'm glad I just, like, didn't stoner my way through this shit with a fucking big-ass sweater on that I didn't need. But yeah, dude, the sun, it takes a minute to go down on behind those fucking things over there. The green looks so good on you. Oh, yeah, dude, I love the color on this one, too. Yeah, this is a Paul shirt. There's a Scotty shirt and a TJ shirt, the same style. You know, go to the DFF channel, follow the links in the descriptions. Shit. Get your shirts. They're cool.
They're comfy.
And they're comfy. Yeah. Roosters don't care what time of day it is, I guess. These roosters are all about crowing. And I respect that, you know what I mean? I respect that. I like that. Hey, Paul, patron here, and I've watched you for 6 years, TJ for 12. Thanks for always being here to look forward to. Screw haters and trolls. Your content got me through a breakup after 5 years. Keep it up, bro. Thank you, Spencer. Sorry I missed your super chat for a while. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. TJ has his purple one, the baseball tee. It's a great look, and they're super soft shirts. Yeah. No, they really are. The baseball, like, or whatever they call it, raglan tee or whatever. I hate that name. It's a baseball t-shirt. Like 3/4 sleeve shirt or whatever the fuck. And they're soft and comfortable and like they fit good, so go get a shirt.
They're not the thick shit that you get from some shirts.
No, like good summer shirt, honestly. Good like spring and summer shirt for a day like this where there's a nice breeze, but it's a little warm in the evening here. So it's good. Chelsea, since you're in the chat, do you have a smoking apparatus or J that you would like to smoke? Become a fucking tradition for me to ask you that around here, because I miss actually sitting down and smoking a J with Chelsea every once in a while. But if not, this one's for you, and if so, join me! And anybody else who feels like it too. Man, we need more getting stoned and less being boned. I mean, not, you know what I mean. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've received several fucking DMs that I've seen pop up intermittently throughout this stream that I'm doing today. I had no plans to bring up the Galen shit. I said what I need. I said my piece earlier. And now I've seen some DMs, and I think one of them might actually be from Galen. But I'm not going to stop the stream to go fucking read it. I'll read it when I get the fucking opportunity. But, like, to be honest with you, I was done early this morning. Like, I said what needed to be said, and we'll see, you know, what, if anything, his response. I might be wrong. I might have seen just him tagged in a DM conversation or some shit. But, yeah, I'm not going to fucking bust on Galen or whatever endlessly. Other than to say that, like, I was mad, and I still am. Like, you know what, dude? I'm a loyal guy. And anybody that knows me knows that I have a deep and abiding sense of loyalty. When I consider people friends and compatriots in this world and fellow travelers, to use a loaded phrase, and I let those people into my personal space, I walk the mile with them if I have to, you know what I mean? And so Galen is a dude that's on a very short list. He is a dude that I brought into my actual home, cooked a meal for, had him cook a meal for me. We've broken bread multiple times. We spent all this fucking time and shit together. And it hurts extra hard when somebody that you can... Now, I'm not saying like Galen and I were bosom buddies. I never meant to imply that. He and I have never been like ultra dodextra close or anything. Like, we were never like that, but every time I was around Galen, I tried to be chill and polite to him. He was always cool to me, and I felt like I was always cool to him. And today that ended because he decided to go on a stupid fucking tirade on a show, you know. So it is what it is. I've said my fucking piece about it, but contextually, that's what it's about, dude. Like, you know, I'm not saying I've told Galen my every secret, but I've let Galen into my fucking confidence. He's a dude that, you know, I've listened to and fucking spent time and, like I said, broke bread with and shit. And that means something where I came up. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if I live across the fucking country, which is what this seems like to me. It seems like dude waited to start sniping at me until I lived across the fucking country from him or some shit. Not that he needed to be afraid of me physically retaliating or whatever the fuck. I ain't that dude. But just like, oh, you know, he's at arm's length now, so now I can start, you know, and that's how it came out to me. How many years have I known Galen? That's a hard question to answer, honestly, because I've known Galen a long fucking time. Like known of Galen and interacted with Galen on and off for a long fucking time, bro. Galen used to be, back in the day, way more active in like the skeptic community. He would pop, especially in co-live streams where people would pop in and out. And so I've been aware of Galen for almost as long as I've been aware of TJ. I know I found Galen through TJ, or became aware of Galen through TJ. I don't want to go through it. You can go fucking see what he said. It's on Twitter. I'm not trying to live in the drama of it. I'm talking about Galen now, and like how long I've known him. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to shit on the dude anymore. Like, I already did that, and rightfully so. Fellow travelers. Shh. That's not a reference for anything, man. I just meant people on the path, you know? I've had friends who would snipe behind my back, but chill to me. It's just so weird to be that way. I don't know, dude. I don't know I'm not trying to fucking be all unchill about it right now. This stream was not meant to degrade into that, but I'm done talking about it at this point. Like, I'll talk about Galen in other ways, but I'm not going to talk about drama anymore. I've said my piece. I said what needs to be said about that. Like, I stand on everything I said, too. Dude, don't worry about being out of the loop. I'm not going to bring you into the loop, I'm about to ban you out of the loop. There are places you can go to find this. I told you guys, go to my Twitter if you want to see it. It
to
shows
the
where he
last
was.
stream.
Go to the last stream I did earlier today where I actually talked about it. I mean, there's 15 other things you can do. So take 300 seconds to go find that. I'm not your fucking Google bot, bro. I'm not your ketchup bot. Why are you guys making me unchill while I'm smoking? Probably chased Chelsea off. She went to go get a J, and then she was like, well, the vibe in here just went sour. See? You did that. Or I did. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little to blame. Have money to help you chill. Thanks, Naughty Priest. I'm still here, but yeah, I wish you guys didn't care so much about drama, as in chat. Yeah. Like, if that's what you like, I don't usually engage in that shit, but I also like, and see, like, whatever. I don't want to get too deep into it, but removing myself from this situation, there's something about me that should just be known outright. And thank you again, Naughty Priest. I'm nobody's doormat. Like, I don't get walked on. I'm willing to be a collaborator, and sometimes that means sucking up your pride and shit. I'm not saying like I'm some big cocksure fucking chest-beating gorilla thug or some shit. But I expect mutual respect between the people that I'm friends with. And if they don't hold up their end of the fucking bargain, then I don't hold up mine. I learned that shit the hard way, though. You know what I mean? So if somebody's on my inner circle and they do some shit to me that in my mind is totally fucking out of the woods, like, I don't know how Galen would ever get the impression that I'm a manipulative, abusive person or whatever the fuck he accused me of. I can't even remember. But, you know what I mean? I can't do that shit. I can't abide it. So I don't. I used to. You know what I mean? The reason I'm not a doormat now is because I used to be a doormat. I don't let people walk on me now. That's all I expect. You want to part ways with me amicably? I'm all about that. I'd rather. But if I catch you fucking red-handed speaking doo-doo about me and the people I work with and the show that I work my fucking ass off for, I'm gonna call you on it in the same way that you put it out there. And after that, it's on you. Yeah, I will never be somebody's fucking doormat, ever. Because I have been somebody's doormat before. I've been multiple people's doormats before. I don't roll that way. Sorry. And now I'm gonna chill. The sun has gone down enough, and like the brightness is at an angle now where it actually feels nice on my face. Like I could close my eyes and take a nap. The weed is dank. The sounds are, as always, amazing and atmospheric. With a little bit of fucking lawnmower mixed in.
Oh, that was the ATV.
Oh, maybe it is the ATV coming back by. All right, forgivable. Sunsets are absolutely gorgeous here, and I can tell you tonight is going to be a doozy because the sun is going down over a band of thin and wispy but substantial cirrus clouds, I believe. And that is going to make a beautiful peach to deep red sunset here that I'm going to get to enjoy. And when it gets to the point where I can actually point my camera out at, I'll do that for you guys. I can show you what it looks like now. I mean, I don't think I'm going to break my camera by pointing it near the sun. So here you go. Here's what we're looking at now. And you can see the clouds that I'm talking about, so like in a halo around the sun. Those are going to be a Bob Ross painting in T-minus about 30 minutes, maybe less. Every night, it's like that. It really is. It really does have like a beautiful sunset. So I'll show you guys after that kicks off. It won't be long, like I said, 30 minutes. And I'll probably stream at least that much longer. Fall asleep to ambient noise? No, I fall asleep to conversations, usually. One way or two way. That's my go-to type of shit. I can't fall asleep to music because it keeps my brain awake because I want to bop along with the music. Some people can do the music sleep thing. I really can't do that as an adult. And so I listen to like depositions. I'm a weirdo, dude. I listen to interrogations of people that were both found guilty and people that were exonerated for the crimes. Those that I can find and collect, and those that are of audio quality that it's not like grating. I collect a bunch of those, and I've heard a bunch of them a bunch of times, and it doesn't really matter. Something about that weird flow of conversation between people really helps lull me to sleep. So you listen to Highdeology, yeah, basically. But no, I couldn't sit and listen. That would be fucking weird. Like I very rarely go back and watch something from a Highdeology that I've done. Very, very fucking rarely do I go do that. So I couldn't fall asleep to it. How's your wife like it? She can't hear it. Or it's so low that it's just like a murmur to her. But she's listened to some of it with me, and she thinks it's pretty interesting. What are you talking about? How's my wife like what? the depositions? Does Amelia watch DFF? Yes. She does. She does. I'll let you in on a little secret. Amelia helps me a lot with the research for my episodes. Exposed, 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 exposed. DL, 5-0. DL, 5-0. Marriage is really great. Actually really great, but I wouldn't push it on anyone. You're absolutely fucking right about that, Amelia. You're absolutely fucking right. There's absolutely no need for somebody to feel like it's their destiny to be married or some shit. Maybe it ain't, and maybe that's for the best for you. You know what I mean? Marriage is like a whole fucking thing. It really is. I know that sounds fucking stupid, but like I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. Marriage is a whole multi-layered commitment, and it means so many fucking different things, and most of them are true. You know, it's just... Oh, I said Amelia and I meant Chels, sorry. Very easy for me to mix up names of girlfriends and wives and shit. Marriage! True marriage! Remember, marriage is just a legal contract. No, it isn't. That's wrong. If you go into a marriage with that idea, it really is not gonna do. It's a whole fucking ball of wax. You know what marriage means, dude? Here, I'll simplify it for you guys. I won't fucking pontificate about all the inner guts of it. Here's what marriage is about. Ride or die. Right? That is the closest person to you in the fucking universe. And if it isn't, why the fuck are you married? Ride or die. That's what that's what's at the heart of marriages, in my opinion, that fucking work. Now, I'm no fucking expert on the subject, but that's what I've got now. And that's why I got married. Marriage is a biker's gang. Yep. And if it's not, then why are you signing a fucking dumbass contract? Because you know what happens, Ingrid, when contracts get dissolved? Hella money has to be spent. If you think it's cheap to go through a divorce and it's just a contract, well, maybe it's easier where you're from. Maybe it costs $50 and a handshake or some shit. But in America, you don't fucking get married if you think you're getting divorced unless you got fucking tons and tons of money, which I do not. Oh, I didn't know, Ingrid. You have a name like somebody that's from fucking Finland or some shit, and I didn't want to bother you by asking. I'm also stoned, too. So I might have gotten you mixed up with somebody else, and I apologize for that, too. That's a douche maneuver. But it just happened to fucking Chelsea. I was in here trying to talk to Chelsea, and I said Amelia. Super chat. Oh, shit. Thanks, Marshall. Just listening to your music the other day. Yeah, great singing voice. Can't wait for more. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of stagnant, like, personally, recently, because I've just been so caught up in different shit. It's like a real nose to the grindstone kind of time right now. And that's not going to be true towards early May. And so I'm really looking forward to having a little bit of downtime so I can focus on that shit. Because I really want to get Marshall delivered on, honestly, like 3 songs. I've got significant writing done on 1 song. Well, 2. And like a real pretty fresh start, fresh in the hip hop sense, not, just started it, because I didn't. I started it weeks ago. But a pretty fresh start on a 3rd. So that, I really, not all at once, obviously, but I really like to have time to go back to devoting some time to that. Because right now, dude, I just feel fucking haggard. You know what I mean? Joshua, let me give you a little bit more advice, and your life will do better again. Get a profile pic. Thanks for the nice sentiment and stuff, but get a fucking PFP, bro. You know the rules. You can't not know the rules, bro. Get the PFP, bro. You knew this was coming. I know, dude. I know. See, it's like a ballet. I go la 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 la, and the trolls go la la, and I go la 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 la, and they go you know what I mean? I go like this, right? Here's how it works, guys. I go like this. I'm sitting here, right? And I'm playing a fiddle, and I go no 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 no, and then the trolls go like bang 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 bang. You know what I mean? Don't ask why, just get a PFP next time when you get unbanned. Just got your Moderna poke. Will Paul hide a guy that just got his Moderna poke while he's talking about how no PFP needs to be banned? Yes, he will. Paul's not stupid. Paul's been around the block a couple of fucking times. All of a sudden, in the middle of Paul talking about how he's going to ban no PFP guys, a guy with no PFP shows up and goes, "Hey, I just got my Moderna poke." Sorry, dude. Been around the sun too many times. Try that on a younger man who's greener in the game, sir. They're going to go back in the woodwork real quick. Each one of them has a tombstone that looks like their fucking default profile pic. Whatever that letter is right over their fucking grave as far as I'm concerned from here on out. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they come in and go like, "Paul, you're the most electrifying entertainer on the planet. You're bigger than anybody that's ever existed, and you're just undiscovered, and I think you're the greatest fucking talent, Paul. And I would personally move to where you are just for a chance to be near and sniff the same air that you breathe, Paul. You're amazing, Paul, and I love you, and I love everything that you do, and I'm a $10 patron, Paul, and I don't care who you are. I donated fucking $70 million last year to poverty, Paul. I single-handedly ended poverty in Los Angeles, Paul. You're still going. You're still going.
Yeah, the ban list is just an alphabet now.
I know, and it's a cyclical, meaningless alphabet now too, because it just gets undone. But whatever. For now, you're done. Now they're doing it for the easy bans, of course, because that's all they can get now. See, the tables have been turned and the trolls have become the trolled, and so now all they can do is like, "Oh yeah, well watch me get banned." You know what I mean? Like. You guys don't see? It's the same thing. To bring it full circle, it's the same thing as the end of fucking King Kong versus Godzilla. Same shit. Different day. Different fucking shit. The trolls got nothing now. I called them on their bluff. Will Paul ban somebody who says something that's positive to society but has no profile pic? The answer is now yes. And now they got nothing left. That's what they brought to the party. So now they're just going whoop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doo, because they got nothing left. They're just sacrificing themselves on the altar of their own fucking defeat. It's beautiful. They dance like puppets. This is why I feed the trolls. I've told you guys this shit before, but I think the chat needs to hear it again. I am like the Pied Piper of trolls. I whip out my flute. And I play a little tune. And here they come. Like out of the sewers. Up out of the manholes and shit. Bloop. Attention. And I go... My response is not like, ugh. I just simply keep my eyes closed and I keep playing. And as the song gets even more entrancing, more of them come. And then I march them out of town and direct them to walk into the ocean, just like they did just now. And go, so they think that oh yeah. And they march into the ocean and they drown like a bunch of dumb fucks. And then they all come back a couple days later with another dumb idea that's immediately sussed out, and the whole cycle begins again.
It would make it slightly more difficult if YouTube had like a 5 account limit per email or something.
I mean, that, or Google.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this dude's got like 55 emails. Yeah. Let's tell him he's got to go down to 15 and lock it up.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I mean, I think you have to have a phone number now to do.
Like, but here's the thing. Like, some business organizations and shit need 55 emails. They're not obviously going to be subject to this. It's people that have a free Google account that they can endlessly clone.
Yeah.
Google knows, even if they're using a VPN, a different VPN every time they log in, which is ridiculous. Google knows who they are. They've got 98,000 accounts. It just seems like a simple fucking thing.
Yeah.
Find these nothing accounts with like obvious names like Gutter Slut McInward or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And ban them all. And these dudes would be like, that's literally all that hangs in the balance for them is that they're willing to spend the like 5 minutes it takes to make a new fucking email account over and over. And most people don't. Like, that's what they bring to the table, as you guys just saw. But that's why I engage with them, because I think that at the end of this, they'll be better trolls. You know what I mean? It's not whack-a-mole. It's smack a troll. All right, that was a little lame. Paul, you remind me of Benjamin from Animal Farm. I'm rereading it now. Cool. It's been a long time since I read Animal Farm, like many, many years. It's a good book. Maybe I'll get it on Audible and listen to it while I go to sleep. Trollamentary, my dear Watson. Yeah, I've seen the animation, but once again, it's been a long time. Rooster is my Chinese zodiac. That sound pleases me. Cock-a-doodle dildo. Sunset's not quite popping off yet. It's still starting to like, I told you guys like half an hour. It hasn't even been a half an hour yet. It's been like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Patience. Patience, my young Padawans, patience. I'm so yellow. I'm being hit right in the face with direct sunlight. Like, it's yellow. I'm pale as fuck. Anyway, whatever. I don't need to explain it beyond that. And I've got jaundice real bad. Insensitive asshole. They call me Mellow Yellow. No, it's not like directly in my eye. It's a little bit like in the corner of this eye, but it's not enough to like hurt my eye or make me like really uncomfortable. It's just, it's enough, whatever. I can't speak the math that I'm thinking in my brain. It's on the correct axis so that it's not shining directly in my eye. It's kind of like behind my eye. Are you a Sith Lord? No, my boy. No. These rumors that you've heard about me have been greatly exaggerated. I am simply unorthodox, and people react to that with fear. That's true, my boy. The Jedi, like all hierarchies, is an orthodoxy, and much of what they espouse makes perfect sense to me. But some does not. There must exist a gray area. Should there not be in all things a gray? My boy, surely you're intelligent enough to see that. To not be a sheep and squander your talent on the scribblings of an ancient religious order. Do you think the Jedi don't have machinations? Oh, the lies that they spin that I could tell you, my boy. But, such a dour topic. Sit down, have tea. Let us discuss other things. Oh, you're interested. Well, then have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise, my boy? When you're recruiting a young, brash Jedi into the Sith, you need to have a voice just like that. Authoritative, but soothing, calming, almost hypnotic. I could so do a Sith, dude. See, this is the thing, man. Hit me up with voice acting gigs, y'all. What do I gotta do? What's a brother gotta do to get a voice acting gig? Can I get a voice acting gig? Can I get a try at a fucking, like, video game or some shit? Are you telling me that I couldn't do a fucking dope-ass Darth? You know what I mean? A dope-ass fucking Sith or Grey Jedi or some shit. You telling me I couldn't pull it? Like, come on, man. Or like the goofy fucking, like, companion or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be the Darth. I don't have to be the fucking main guy. Yeah, pay me a few $1,000s to fucking do an anime read, and I'll be a better fucking voice actor in anime. It seems like, you know, sorely needed in the dubs and shit. So when you're doing the English dubs of anime, just, like, hit me up. Pay me some money and I'll fucking do it. I could do a bunch of different shit. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world, but I could do a bunch of different shit. You could do it, like, you say, what would your voice for a droid be? What's the droid's character? Because every droid that has lines and shit in the Star Wars universe and extended canon has some kind of character to it. So is it like, what kind of droid? You know what I mean? I don't think a droid is going to be my specialty. Oh, I would be a great Baron Harkonnen, absolutely. Like a voice actor for him. I don't know that I pull off the look or whatever. I'm a big fat guy. I'd shave for the role and shit. I'd make a stab at it. I just don't think I'd ever get a crack at a role like that. You know what I mean? I'm not a known quantity. But I'd do it if somebody asked me. Fuck yeah, dude. Make a demo reel and submit it to casting people. It requires effort and shit, man. Aren't you just supposed to be discovered? Isn't somebody supposed to write me this crazy email like, Paul, this is fucking John Leguizamo from Pixar. And I'd like to have a chat with you about your future. Isn't that how it happens? Hey, Paul, this is George Lucas here on the phone, and yeah, they're rebooting Star Wars because they realized that after I stopped making them, they started to suck. And so, anyway, would love you to play multiple characters in the upcoming Star Wars sequels. Just let me know if you're interested. I think you will be. Well, I don't know how to make a demo for voice acting. Like, I know how to go to like a fucking whatever. I know how to go to a fucking audition and like for theater and knock that shit out of the park. But I don't know how shit works in the voice acting world, y'all. Please go to Mr. Weinstein's office. Oh God, no, no, no. Hey, don't ask. Why is a profile pic important? Because a lot. Anyway, I'm not gonna explain it to you. Oof. Yeah, get banned. Get zonked. Get bonked out of my life forever. You get banned too, Mr. X. I'll show you just how like Steve Shives I am. You're banned as well. You're off topic, bro. Steve Shives is beneath mention. Mr. X, dude. You know that guy fucking whatever, dude. Mr. X. Mr. X. Yeah, you're going to be the one, dude, to take me down. Paul Zigo had a successful career for years and years until Mr. X came into his life. Sorry. You're pink, 'cause I said you're pink. Now sit the fuck down. What, Joe, why do I gotta be pink? You're pink, 'cause I fucking said you're pink. If I wanted you to be Mr. Black, or Mr. Blonde, or Mr. fucking Purple, then that would be your color. But you're Mr. Pink. Now sit the fuck down, Mr. Pink. I love Joe, dude. Purple. I can't really do a Pai Mei because he speaks nothing but fucking Mandarin. So I don't speak Mandarin, so that's a tough one for me to do, bro. Sorry. Can't deliver on that one. What's better, Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction? You want my opinion? Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs is, to this day and to this point, still my absolute favorite Tarantino film. And I like everything that he's made since. So I'm not degrading any of the other movies. I would probably put Pulp Fiction close to number 2. But Reservoir Dogs, to me, is the Bible. That is just a fucking brilliant movie. If I ever got the chance to, like, just talk or interview Quentin, I, like, not to denigrate his other work, but I would want to talk to him for, like, an hour, if or half an hour or whatever, however much time he had, exclusively about fucking Reservoir Dogs. That would be the dream. I have so many questions about that movie and so many assumptions that I've created in my mind about that movie that could be entirely false, and so much reverence for how that movie was written and the place he was in his life when he wrote the movie too is fucking amazing. He's like a video store rental guy when he wrote that script. He was like not a big Hollywood guy or some shit. He was working at a fucking Blockbuster, writes this fucking script. It's like a Cinderella tale, you know what I mean? The script happens to be like one of the most brilliant movies ever written. He films it, directs it. He actually finesses his way into a fucking writer-director deal somehow with the Weinstein Company. Gets in, Or I don't even remember if that's how it worked with him. I don't know if he started with Weinstein, but whatever. He makes this fucking film, and it's great. Chock full of talent. I'm not asking him to spell what his art is about. That's not it. I want to talk to him about the process of making the film. Like, my questions aren't like, is Mr. Pink this or is Mr. Blue that? You know what I mean? Like, that's not the type of shit that I want to ask him. You're assuming things about the fucking interview. I want to talk to him about the process of writing and directing and conceiving that film and what he learned about that process and how he decided to use a shot here or there. Like, I want, like, procedural fucking foundational shit. I don't want to ask him, like, fan questions. I want to talk about how he did that movie. Because that movie is amazing to me. Always has been, dude. Still to this day. And I continue to be blown away by fucking Tarantino, by the way. I mean, every movie that he makes, you know what I mean? It's just hit after hit after hit with me. I just love his fucking style and flair and his dialogue most of all. He's the king of dialogue right now in Hollywood, in my fucking opinion. Oh boy. Fireworks about to go off. I may have been a little under. It might be a little longer than 30 minutes from when I called it. But yep, it's starting to fucking even out. And you guys can see that. Well, you guys can't. I get to see it. You guys get to see the end result. Stanley Kubrick is still the king of cinematography. Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah. There are pretenders to the throne that are worth mentioning. In fucking short with me, Paul Thomas Anderson. I kept wanting to say Philip Seymour Hoffman. Paul Thomas damn these pretentious three-named people. Paul Thomas Anderson. And Denis Villeneuve. They've got a fucking eyeball, dude. Wing. You know who else is a female director who has done a couple of movies that I liked? Especially one, Karen Kusama, dude. Shout outs to Karen Kusama for being out there and having a really good eye. You know what Karen Kusama directed? She directed and I think wrote, or at least co-wrote, Jennifer's Body, which is totally slept on. Dude, that movie is totally slept on. That's actually a super duper great movie. Karen Kusama, shout outs. Oh shit, it's jumping off. It's golden right now. Look at this. All right, here we go. I'll give you, I feel bad denying you guys a little peek. Let the camera fucking settle in here. Well, you know what? It doesn't look like it's going to oh, there we go. There we go. That's for you. That's how it's shaping up. You guys see what I was talking about now? That golden light that was bathing me just a few minutes ago. Like, where is it now? On those clouds. As that fucking sun goes below the horizon. You even got like a really quick screen cap if you want to go grab it of my stoner table out here. It's got pipe tobacco on it, like a little ashtray, some different cigarettes, a pipe, some weed. Well, you'll be getting the sun soon because it's not long for the world here. It's heading down, down, down. First U.S. sunset I've seen since 2019. First live U.S. sunset. Well, I'll give you another look once it does what I know it's going to do when it really hits that horizon and starts throwing off the orange and pink vibe and the deep red vibe, it's going to be beautiful tonight, like stunning. So I'll chill at least until then. It ain't, like I said, it ain't going to be long. Because I'll share that with you guys. I'll share my sunset with you tonight. It's going to be a beautiful one. I always try and appreciate the sunset when I can catch it, even if it's just taking a little peek, you know what I mean? Take time to appreciate the beautiful things in life because there are so few of them left on this fucking planet. You know, the place that I used to live, Louisiana, used to be absolutely humming at night during certain times of the year with fireflies. The woods would be thick with them. Think about it. Now when you go there, you see 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 fireflies if you're lucky on a night. Think about that shit, bro. So little beauty left in the world. Think about how that's just like nature's lantern illuminating the fucking dense fucking foresty areas and the swamp and shit. Think about that shit. All but gone. There is a disturbance in the forces' balance. I have felt it, and I know that the others on the council have felt it as well. The wildlife practically screams with the force, and it is not a joyous scream. Much turmoil, I sense. Yes, Master Yoda, turmoil, I'm afraid. And anger. What is behind all turmoil, Master Yoda? Suffice it to say, as I can feel that we are all in accord, something must be done. The boy must be stopped. The boy can be saved. The boy cannot be saved. I have foreseen it as well as you have. Yes, but set in stone the future is not. Master Yoda, your tenderness is to be complimented. But this boy, we have all seen, yes, what he will do. Will you answer, Master Yoda, when he slaughters the younglings? Will you answer, Master Yoda, when he takes his place at the head of what you know will crush what vestige of democracy and justice lies in this universe? Are you willing to take that risk? I take the risk, I will. Then it is upon your head, Master Yoda. You will find this boy. You will train him in the ways of the light. You will eschew him on his path towards the dark side. And you will attempt to swing the balance of fate, but you will have no support from this council other than your standard speeder and lightsaber outfit. Are we in accord? Dismissed. Where the fuck is this dialogue from? Yeah, it's improvisation. It's something I worked on my whole life. It's not easy to do. I'm not even trying to like puff myself up. I've done years and years and years and years of focused improvisational training and practice. But I can do that shit. You guys give me a fucking thing and I can try my best at it, you know what I mean? Like I can pretty much conceive of dialogue usually on the fly. Like of that quality. That wasn't that great, you know what I mean? But it's, compelling enough. It's worthy as a fucking theatrical tool for sure. Right. I mean, for Off the Dome, come on. Would you be disappointed if that scene had taken place in one of the recent Star Wars films or one of the prequels? Like, be honest. Like, obviously cleaned up and with different actors and like whatever, but like dialogue-wise, you know, not even performance-wise. Would you walk away from that as like, you know what I mean? All right. It was so bad. Really? That was so bad. Certainly better than, are you an angel? How about, I hate sand. It's so coarse, rough, and it gets everywhere. It was, I agree. It was, all right. You know what I mean? I'm not claiming that it's like the best shit, but to know that it came off the dome, it wasn't like some shit that it wasn't like a read of some existent script. That adds a point or two to it, in my opinion. I could close my eyes and do a better Star Wars, dude. I really could. Than the last one, especially. All right, Jessica. Hey, thanks for making your opinion known, bro. So give me another one. Like, if I suck, give me another one. Give me another crack. Put me in, coach. I'm in the mood. Let's do it. Game of Thrones, but like what? What's the fucking setup? You know what I mean? I just had a whole setup that I came up with myself. Right? So you want to do a Game of Thrones one, but like an alternate universe Game of Thrones? All right, fair enough. Imp, I tire of your talking. Yes, but no. I'm done speaking to you, Imp. And I'm done taking you seriously. But Varys, you and I have been friends all this time. Friends? Were you my friend, you would know the truth. I have no friends. You can't do this, Varys. You know what this means. You know what she means. Oh, I can. I can, little man. And as a point of fact, I already have. I left the chambers moments ago. She was surrounded by her guard. That was always your problem, Tyrion. You think 2 steps ahead, but not 3. Pity that you'll never live to know what happened to her. What do you mean to do, Varys? Tell me now. Dun 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 dun. Tyrion's sounding a little stodgy, but I'm into the Varys. Yeah, I definitely was having more fun with the Varys. I think I'd make a better Varys than a Tyrion, but whatever. You know, I did my best off the top. Varys, if it's a matter of gold, if it were a matter of gold, Tyrion, I would have slit your throat years ago. potion seller. Yeah, a little bit. Little shades. Can you do a Robert Baratheon? I mean, kinda, yeah, but that's a tougher one because he was so in and out of that show that you know what I mean? And it's been a long time, to be quite frank with you, since I've read the Game of Thrones, especially the first trilogy, the Song of Ice and Fire trilogy. And, like, dude, I don't really remember much about the Baratheon character, you know what I mean? Can you do a Tywin Lannister? Maybe. Father, if you give me 100 men, if I give you 100 men, you will squander them. Father, what do you mean? With half that number, you could squander 50. And you know it to be true. Tyrion was always the strong one, you the weak one, despite his deformities and his disgusting nature. He had every bit of the fortitude that I'd hoped I'd imparted onto you. You will never serve in high ranks. You will never serve in my army. And you will never serve any higher than your name allows. Had I my way, you would not succeed me. If only I could put your brother upon the rack and stretch him out. Make a half man into a whole one, and put the crown upon his head. But no, I am left with disappointment. Father, I say nothing more. Know when you've been spoken to. Leave my tent. I've a battle to plan. Eh? Eh? Yeah, somebody banned Jessica out of here. She's having a horrible time. Go find some content that's, like, not horrible. A Wild West improv? Sure. So the way I look at it, bartender, you can just keep right on pouring those. In fact, you might want to leave the bottle. Well, that's an awful lot of gold there, mister. Oh, yeah. I struck her rich on the claim. Howdy there, Tex. Are you gonna hold that shot glass all night? Or are you gonna knock it back? You'd mind if I had a seat next to you, would you? No, Red, of course not. Of course not. Have a seat. First round's on me. In fact, you drink on me all night, sir. I'll buy my own whiskey, thanks. That one could go on all night, honestly. I love the fucking Old West, bro. Where'd you get the gold, Tex? Like I told everybody. Found it on the claim. Whose claim? Your busted out piece of shit claim, Tex? What do you mean? I struck a vein. I did your assay, Tex. There wasn't a vein to be struck. But yet, one claim over from yours. I got a whole dead family of Swedish people. Settlers. I didn't have nothing to do with that. I didn't have nothing to do with that. That was them engines. That was them engines. Too much left behind. Now I'm just stealing straight from fucking Deadwood. I just watched that in Deadwood, so my mind is drifting to Deadwood. They're sweet, the Swedish family. I love that scene though. That whole arc in that first episode is a great introduction. It was Swearingen. Don't try to drag me into this, you cocksucker. I had nothing to do with it. You slimy cockney motherfucker. You goddamn cocksucker. You can cuss me in the streets for free, but if you want pussy or whiskey, you'll have to pay. Swearingen needs to be a little gravelier. Just a little deeper. No, I like doing it. It's a good mental exercise for sure. Oh, shit. Well, now it's time for me to show you guys what you've all been waiting for, at least the beginnings of it. Here we go. I'll give you guys a little look. Here, it's really like starting to pop off now. Sun's not fully down yet, but you can see that. For you, I mean, if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing on the camera, it looks really orange, but I guess this camera is really kind of bad at capturing that, what it looks like, because it's a lot more like peach to me. You should paint it. Training that it requires to be a fucking painter. Dude, I'm not a good visual artist, man. You burned a lot of wood. Yeah, I did. I still have a lot of wood over there too. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, tonight it might be a little chilly, so maybe I'll start a fire tonight, but I have a feeling I'm gonna go inside and fucking kick my feet up tonight, so. We call those happy little accidents. Very pretty. Anyway, thanks for chilling with me. It's been fun.